Hello, I'm Dr. Beach, and today I want to talk a little bit about what to do if you've been in an automobile accident. Unfortunately, in this area, in the Washington, D.C. metropolitan area, there's so much traffic, as we already know, that unfortunately it's not a matter of if, it's almost a matter of when, in terms of getting into a car accident, even a minor fender bender. And as a chiropractor, been treating patients for over 30 years for car accident injuries. Uh, I've had a lot of experience in helping people with that, and there's a few things that I wanted to talk about in terms of what you should do if you've been in a car accident. Uh, First of all, when we're in an accident, we're basically shocked by the whole experience. I know I've been in a few myself. And that initial feeling right after you've been hit is, am I okay? Is everybody in the car okay? There's that shock of not knowing. And your whole physiology feels like something has happened to it that is so strange. It's almost like an out-of-body experience. And there's a few things that in those moments after the accident that it's important to understand. And that is one thing. The first thing is to be mindful of your own health. I don't suggest you get out of the car if you don't have to. Getting out of the car, sometimes you can get hit by another vehicle. It's better to just wait and wait for the emergency people to come and talk to you and make sure you're okay. Typically, you won't feel like doing very much anyway, but just sitting there. So unless it's life-threatening, don't try to get out of the car, and then allow the emergency people to help you get out of the car. I always suggest that unless it's just an extremely minor fender bender, if you feel disoriented at all, or certainly if you feel hurt at all, allow the emergency people to take you to the hospital and get checked. Then further out from the car accident itself, getting checked as soon as possible is extremely important for a couple of reasons. One is that even though you may not have any pain, sometimes we don't have pain immediately. Sometimes the pain comes later, is what we call delayed injuries. And so even though you may not be feeling any pain at the time, you may still have an injury that may show up at a later time. And so for that reason, it's good to go and get yourself checked right away, either at the hospital or your regular doctor, or come to a chiropractor and document that you've been in an injury. So you might ask yourself, why should I document if I'm not having any pain? I'm no headaches, no neck pain, no back pain. Why do I need to document the injury? And the reason for that is when sometimes in a car accident, we won't have an injury until, we won't have symptoms of an injury until weeks, maybe even months later. It's what we call delayed onset of injury. And so if we have that delayed onset, and yet we haven't documented properly that we were in a car accident by going and having a professional sit down, take our history, do an exam, and that type of thing, then it might be difficult to get the insurance company to actually pay for the injury. They might, many times I've seen them say, well, you were probably out working in the yard, or maybe you were shoveling snow or doing something, and that's probably what hurt you. And so that you give them a way out from paying for the care that you're getting. So if you document, and many times patients will come in and say, I was in a car accident, I don't know if I'm injured, Dr. Beach, would you check me out? I'll check them and say, it looks like everything is okay, but now we've got documentation, so if something comes up later, a few weeks, a few months later, we have documented the process, and it should be easy to go further in terms of care from there. So that's one of the most important things, that you document your injury properly. So even if you don't think you're hurt, go and get checked. Come see me, go see your doctor, go somewhere, and actually to a medical professional of some type, and document that you were in an injury. Another thing is that when you get home, and if you're feeling any discomfort at all, put ice on the area. Ice is the best treatment initially, as opposed to heat. Heat actually feels good, but it increases inflammation. And after a car accident, there's been some tearing of the tissues, and there's some blood leaking through the capillaries. And if you put heat on, it actually increases that process, even though it feels good while you're doing it. If you put ice on, It actually reduces any leakage of blood from the area, it reduces spasm, and it reduces pain. And it's a much better treatment initially, so using eyes. So I hope this helps a little bit. If you have any questions or if you've been in a car accident, please contact us and let us know, and I'll be happy to answer your questions. Thank you.